So I'm just taking a bit of a walk this Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, almost Sunday evening, and I wanted to show the beautiful, beautiful fall leaves while I still can. There were some other trees just even like a week or 2 weeks ago that were filled with beautiful, I love the red and the orange especially, I think, leaves, and already you can see there's some trees still filled with leaves, but some of the leaves have already fallen, some are changing colors, some still haven't changed colors, but it is such a emotion evoking time, you know, with all the memories one has from the past. And I just wanted to show this red one. It is just so beautiful. I could just, you know, sit in this park bench and under the pine trees actually, and just look at this beautiful red one, and I don't even know if I'm doing it justice because the sun is setting and we just see the dark red, but it's actually a crimson red, and it's just so pretty just to sit here and peaceful and just meditate. We can see all the leaves on the ground, and anyways, I'm about to have some bit of a snack right now, but I will be back, and we will be going on another cooking adventure together very soon. Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a very interesting and decadent recipe that does deal with meat because they are meatballs, but a meat sub can be used in replacement of the ground meat that I'm using. And this is borrowed. This is adapted or borrowed from a recipe that was online, and it was called either Unique Eats or the most delicious thing I've ever eaten, something like that. And I've made these before for supper, and I thought it would be very interesting to do an episode on it. So what I'm making is ricotta and spinach stuffed meatballs. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to use things I already have and sort of cook in a frugal way in that respect, because I think it was yesterday I was doing the ricotta and spinach stuffed tortellini, and I have a lot of ricotta left. So I thought this would be interesting to do. And it is very, very delicious. So I've heated the pan, and what I'm going to do is I have some chopped onions. So I'm going to take the chopped onions and I'm going to put the pan on medium high. So I'm going to let these onions fry for the tomato sauce. And now I'm going to the bowl. I have a bowl of ground meat, and I'm going to be adding to that. There's no set recipe for this. This is just how you make meatballs. So to that I'm adding some coarsely chopped onions, and I will be adding, I have some parsley on the left and some basil on the right, and I'm going to be adding that. I also have a little bit of chopped garlic, and basically going to be making these mixing this all together. And the onions are still frying. I'm going to be adding some garlic to that because I didn't want to put the garlic too early in case it burns. And the smell and the taste of burnt garlic is not something that is very nice. So I will let the onions cook for now, and I will continue kneading the ground meat mixture. Okay, so now I've returned and I have the meat mixture, which I've made into 4 not real meatballs, but partial meatballs. And I have actually I'll just turn this back on. I have the onions, they were frying, and some are a little brown and most of them are golden. And to the onions, I'm going to be adding my tomato sauce. So I'll let that cook while I work on the meatballs. So back to the meatballs. I have some of the ricotta cheese with spinach. And what I'm going to be doing, some people do recommend, and this might not be a bad idea, to freeze the ricotta because it is a little bit malleable. But basically what you do, I think there's a little bit too much here, so I will just put that aside. And you make this meatball, you cover the ricotta balls with the ground meat mixture. And I'm going to do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I have one that I've done, and there's, you know, some ricotta cheese that is coming through the meatball, which is okay. I'm going to show you what I did. Basically, I put a bit of ricotta stuffing inside the meatball, and I'm covering it up with the rest of the meatball. It takes a bit of practice, but there you go. And so here I am back. I'm going to show you how to do one of these meatballs. I have the ricotta stuffing inside, and I'm just going to be overlapping that stuffing with the meat, the ground meatball part of this. And it's not going to be perfect. These are not meant to be perfect. These are meant to be super, super delicious. And there you go. So that is one. I did warm the pan. So I'm just going to be putting these into the frying pan. And I have the sauce with the tomatoes and the onions and garlic. I didn't add any more spices to that because I figured there are plenty of spices in the meatballs, and they're very rich, and they're very, you know, they're very decadent. They have enough actually spices in them, so I don't necessarily need it in the sauce. Okay, so we can hear it sizzling. I'm not going to fully cook the meatballs, I'm just going to brown them. Do they ever look good, and do they ever smell good? The kitchen smells amazing. to limit the frying, I'm turning this off, and I'm going to grab each of these quite big meatballs and put them in the tomato sauce. And they're not cooked, they're not fully cooked, they're not meant to be. I'm going to be adding some water to the tomato sauce. I'm covering, oh, what's that ever looks like? So I'm basically going to be covering these. I'm going to be adding a little bit of water, covering these, and letting it simmer until the meatballs are cooked through. And basically after that, I'm going to be serving these with a bit of Parmesan cheese sprinkled on top and some on a bed of pasta, on a bed of spaghetti. And I will show you how they look. And I'm sure they're going to be really, really great. It looks good already, actually. Anyways, see you very soon.
This is extremely good.